Today is a day 2 from 30-day inspiring book video series. Read to Rise theme of the day is Books That Saved Lives with Cool Book by Viktor E. Frankl, Man's Search for Meaning. Sometimes when everything falls apart, when life becomes a quiet storm of pain, grief, or despair, we don't need a miracle. We just need a reason. And strangely, often, we find it not in another person but in a book, a small object, paper and ink, but inside, a world that tells us, you are not the only one who's felt like this, and you are not alone. There was a teenager, stuck in the grip of depression, scrolling aimlessly late at night. He stumbled upon a quote, "Those who have a why to live can bear almost anyhow." It hit him like lightning. He searched for the book, found Man's Search for Meaning. Reading it, he met Viktor Frankl, a man who endured the unimaginable, the Holocaust. But instead of despair, Frankl wrote about hope. That teenager, he didn't find therapy in that moment. He didn't find answers. But he found something stronger, a reason to keep going. A book saved his life. Who was Viktor Frankl? Viktor Frankl was a psychiatrist, a man who lost everything: his wife, his parents, his freedom. He survived Auschwitz, and when he emerged, he wrote Man's Search for Meaning, not as a story of horror, but as a testimony to the human spirit. He discovered that in the worst conditions imaginable, those who survived were not always the strongest, but those who held on to purpose, a reason, a meaning. As Frankl said, everything can be taken from a man but one thing, the last of the human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances. In a place built to break people, he chose to believe that suffering itself could be meaningful, lives still being saved today. His words didn't stop at the camp gates. They traveled. A cancer patient in his final days clutched that book. A widow who had lost her son read Frankl's words every morning. A recovering addict said it was the first book that made her feel seen, not judged. In prisons, in shelters, in quiet bedrooms filled with pain, this book has become more than literature. It is a companion, a quiet voice in the dark that says, "You still matter, you still have something to live for." There are books that thrill us, that entertain, and then there are books that sit beside us when no one else can. Man's Search for Meaning is one of those books, not because it gives us answers, but because it gives us permission to grieve, to suffer, to feel lost, and yet to still choose life. As Frankl wrote, when we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves. Maybe you're going through something right now. Maybe the world feels heavy. If so, find a quiet moment. Open a book that has saved someone else. Maybe, just maybe, it will save you too. Quotes from Man's Search for Meaning. Those who have a why to live can bear almost anyhow. Everything can be taken from a man but one thing, the last of the human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances. When we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves.